Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This is feedback for Module 3, Research Strategies, Boolean Operators. Alright, so you probably notice whenever you get the syllabus for a class that it lists the learning outcomes. As a Miami-Dade College student, these are the learning outcomes that should be mastered by graduation, right? And this class heavily focuses on number 4, formulate strategies to locate, evaluate, and apply information. That's also known as information literacy. A useful research strategy is the use of the Boolean operators and, or, and not. As we've seen in the previous modules, the MDC databases should be your first place to find information. And we've looked at Academic Search Complete, the EBSCO database. You'll notice that the Boolean operators are ready there for you, and, or, and not. If we use the Boolean operator and, it's going to narrow our results because then the system has to find both words in the results. We selected capital punishment. Notice also that EBSCO is helping you. Do you mean capital punishment in the US, capital punishment or death penalty? So, or and inequality, but let's just run capital punishment on its own. And we'll see that we get plenty of results, right? 10,543. If we add a related term like death penalty, we can see that that will narrow down our results to 8,669, because now every single one of these results needs to have the words capital punishment and death penalty somewhere. But it doesn't mean that the words are standing next to each other. So if you want that, then you're going to have to put the quotation marks as you learned in the last slide. So if you want an exact match, you have to put the quotation marks around the phrase. The Boolean operator or is used to expand your results because now it can find one or the other within the articles. Let's see how that affects our results. If I change this to or and I run my search again, I can see that instead of 8,000 plus, I have more. I have 13,987 results because now it can find one or the other. It doesn't have to be both within the same article. Another useful Boolean operator is not. Whenever you run a search and you keep getting results of a particular sort and you want to narrow it down further, you can use not. For example, if you're running a search for capital punishment and death penalty and you don't want anything that's fictional to pop up in your results, you can say not fiction, or a particular geographic region like not Canada or something like that. Lastly, you can nest the Boolean operator. So you can tell the database which words to search in which order. So if you wanted to search for nature deficit disorder as a term, right? But also nature deficit disorder in nature or outdoors, you can put those in parentheses. So normally when we run a search on the databases or in Google, we don't really use the Boolean operators because the system knows that if you enter two terms in the search box, you mean this term and this term. But it's not as clear for the or and the not. So thank you to all of those who submitted their replies on time. If you haven't done so, there's still time. So thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.